Alright guys, check this out. We got the Euro versus the Canadian bearish position that we carry for a number of days now. And it does really well so far, I have to say, although the picture was quite different just 2 days ago. We started on the downside once we noticed that price was breaking below a very important level right here, the 51.96. Remember that break? It was right here. So it became very interesting for us. So we established a bearish position, and it went really well in the first few days, right? Basically, it crossed the 50.72. That was an important point of reference that I wanted to clear out. And price did break that level, but suddenly, just I think that was Monday or Tuesday, price just exploded upwards and basically crossed back that level, crossed back up and established itself back above that level. That was a bit concerning at first. Then we noticed that price was coming off again. But take a look at this particular behavior on the weekly chart. This is really interesting stuff. So we're talking about this particular level, right? 50.72. Now check this out. I think this is foretelling, so to speak, because you can see how price, after closing below that level, right here, was trying to challenge that level from below, right? So it started really strong on the upside, right from the get-go, and was able to trade well above that level. Take a look at what point it was able to reach. But then, obviously, everything reversed, right? Everything, basically, price began to come off pretty strongly, leaving this really fascinating spike right there on that very spot, but basically going back, basing itself back below that 50.72 just before we're closing the week, right? So I'm pretty sure we're gonna see price end up below that level by the end of this day, by the end of this week, and that's a strong indication. The indication here is very clear. This 50.72 is an important pivotal point, a point of no return, and price basically overcame that level just as it did the previous one. Take a look, the 51.96. Remember that? I suggested that this level was also an important pivotal point. You can see how price at first reacted to that level, but then it completely crashed it and never looked back. So I suspect that we're gonna have that same reaction on this one. Now I want to remind you where we're aiming here, right? We're aiming at a huge. We're basing this whole technical picture is based on a huge setup. Take a look, coming from the monthly chart, and we're just coming off the very highest point possible, the very edge of the system, and it's more likely that price will continue on the downside till it hits the lower section, right? But this is a very crude chart, so we're trying to break it down to more more imminent kind of short-term moves. So instead of aiming straight to that 43.89, we're going to use an important secondary target, probably to for partial execution, probably to take a big portion of the position out at that point. That's the 47.55. That's actually a big support level, and hopefully we'll get there soon. And at that point, I will take extra cautious. If we clear that level, then obviously we'll try to catch the rest of the way to 43.89. So that's pretty much the game plan. We have adjusted the stop loss level from 53.50 to 153. 50 pip adjustment for the stop loss level as we move forward here. Still very much bearish on the outlook. Euro versus the Canadian. That's about that for this one. We'll see you next week. Bye bye.